Okay. Hi. Wait. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Oh, I made it in time for a Pokemon. Okay. Hold on. Hi. Hi. Hello. Wait. Let's put on some music. Hi. Hi, Scenics. I can't believe you're cold. Not the skip. How sad. Okay. So I was looking at the Pokemon stream avatars. Dang, chill. I was looking at the Pokemon stream avatars. So I don't think the original ones that I downloaded. Hold on, wait. I don't think the original ones I downloaded, like the artist that made them, continued to make them, but I found this artist that has made up to Gen 9. So I might be able to do that. Hold on. Let me see if I can. This is going to be a weird stream. And this qualifies as art by updating our avatars. So let's see if I can figure it out. Oh my gosh. I caught the Chingling. I cannot believe you're cold and sick, Scenics. Rest in bed. When I have something that makes me incredibly cold because I'm sick, I am just like under a million blankets. Let me see if I remember how to do the stream avatars thing. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think this is the one I have because this one said haven't been sick in years. Are you serious? This one says it has all like the Pokemon, the shinies, the variants, the mega forms, regional forms, like all of that included. And I don't think the one that I have does. So we might play with this and see what happens. I cannot believe you haven't been sick in years. Okay, wait. We're about to drop the stream avatars so I can figure it out. Hold on. BR back stream avatars. Let's see if I can do it from here. Oh, I can. How do I remove my old ones, though? Oh, I found it. I can actually remove all of the ones I have right now and then add these. It's going to change everyone's avatars, though. I wonder if that's a good idea. Last time I remember being sick was 2021. All right, Scenic, sit down. After doing push-ups shirtless in the snow in Canada. Scenic, what the heck? Get ready. I'm deleting all the old avatars and we'll see what happens. This is part of the the art stream now. Let's see. So I'm gonna try this other person's creation for the Pokemon and see how it goes. Oh wait, this one says it includes all 9 gens. Wait a second. Do I want that instead of individual packs? So what I've done in the past is download individual packs. But I wonder... I don't know what the best way to go about this is. Wait, this one says it has everything in it. Like, we're about to download this one and find out what happens. Had a flight the next day. Oh my gosh. Oh my Phoenix, you're nasty. Used to get sick a lot when younger, maybe made my body more resilient. All right, let's see what happens when I change the stream avatars. Okay, so supposedly I have them now. Let's see what happens. A slice of pizza. It's pepperoni. I'm actually very full right now. I was at a picnic earlier. And I'm just really full now. I didn't even eat that much. I'm just very full. You are trying to upload too much image data to the extension. The server has restrictions per streamer. You must delete some avatars or gear to connect. What the heck? I broke it by having too many Pokemon. Hold on. I'll have to delete individual Pokemon. Okay, hold on. All right. I think I found what I need to do. Is this fun? Because we're literally about to overload this with so many Pokemon. So hungry, my stomach hurts. Is it not just because you're sick? Okay. So now that I've done this, how do I... think I did it this time. Let's try again. Okay, it seems like it's actually uploading this time. Why would you do that, Phoenix? Why would you do that? Okay, wait. We have Pokemon again. And you're the correct Pokemon and I'm the correct Pokemon, but I swear I changed my... Didn't read the instructions. I swear I changed the Pokemon. Okay, wait. We're about to go play with the extension and find out what happens. good pizza though. Okay, wait, I've done it. There are so many Pokemon available. Hold on. We were talking about. Here's Eternatus. Wait, okay, but that doesn't seem that big. Oh, the Wailord now is smaller than it used to be. Unfortunate. Look at it. Look at it now. Back to Mew. I got this shiny Mew. Look. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I did to make it shiny, but it's shiny now. Well, anyway, good enough. There's my little shiny Mew. So, yeah, the Wailord's smaller now. Maddie's going to be so sad. But we have more Pokemon available now. Use my favorite legendary Pokemon now, not mythical. Oh, yeah. Which one's that? I forget that one's name. I know it's newer. Look, it's Allie. It looks like everyone kept their same Pokemon when we switched. Chien-Pao. It looks like everyone kept their same Pokemon when we switched, which is interesting. I wonder how that happened since I'm using completely different like workshop art now. Gave me a shiny. Did you say my name? She heard me. She heard me. No. No? Why would you think that? Like the normal more than it's shiny. Yeah, I don't maybe if you click it twice it'll change. I don't know. Cause like you saw when I chose Wailord and Target's back. I don't know what you're talking about. When I you saw me choose the Wailord and the Eternatus. Actually, I didn't even look at the Eternatus to see if it was shiny, but the Wailord definitely wasn't shiny. I didn't do anything. I'm being a good bean. Being a good bean. Ain't no way, Phoenix. That one. Oh, I see. You switched off and back on. Maybe that was the trick. Yeah, okay, based on the tiny little avatar, that one does look better than the shiny form. There are quite a few Pokemon like that where the shiny form is like not better than the original. Yeah, so this is gonna be an art stream. I might switch to Genshin later because I do need to do my Genshin stuff, but I have this old artwork that I want to work on now. The stream is titled, what did I title it? Emotional Vulnerable, right? To the tune of Mystical Magical, which is a Benson Boone song, y'all. If you didn't know that. This is not related to that song at all. I just like that song. Drawing Sonic and Shadow fanfics. No, I'm not drawing toes. So my boyfriend and I broke up just the other day. And so it's been a very vulnerable, emotional time for me right now. And I'm sure I'll get into that during stream at some point. But Um, point of saying that is I related, unrelated, something important I'm working on right now in my life is just living my life more intentionally, like asking myself why I do things, why I choose to do things, like and trying to live by like what's important to me, like my values and things like that. Um so if y'all weren't here for it, the first stream I ever did was an art stream. I started as an art streamer. I'm not good at art, by the way. I just I don't know. Just I was inspired at the time when I first started streaming to do art streams. Do I need to key his car? No. Um he's a good guy. It it wasn't anything that he did or anything like that. Really the saddest thing right now is like I said, he's a really good guy. Um the saddest thing right now, and I'm sure I'll get into it, like I said, but the saddest thing right now is that I thought I was gonna marry him. And so right now I'm like grappling with and mourning like the loss of this future I had built in my head, you know? And obviously I'm mourning the loss of the relationship and like a really good friend, right? He was like my best friend. Um, so I'm mourning all of that, but um, yeah. Anyway, I was totally there for those streams. I know you weren't, Cynics. So the funny thing is, I think literally most people weren't because my first stream was like 2019. I have the art from my very first stream. I have all my art. I think these are all my art pieces plus what I have up there. Hold on. Where's my first one? Here's my first one. I don't think I put a date on the first one. Wait, let's see. No, I don't think I think I started to put dates after the first one. Oops. Whoops. I don't actually remember. I could go look, no doubt, but where's my second one that I did? I can't even remember the order anymore. I think I put dates on all the ones after. Oh, one of my art is also back there. Hold on. Oh, I didn't even stream this one. I forgot. I actually have a couple canvases from before I started streaming. I can't find it. Where is my... Oh, it's over there. Okay, I think the first canvas I ever did, as far as I can remember. Now we're going to go down the art lane. There's a point to all this. So I think this is the first ever canvas I did. I think, like barring like before I can remember, I guess. But I did this one in college. Like college had all these things like go attend this thing to do free art or all that. So this is like one of the ones in my dorm. I think this was the first one. So it's a Tangle inspired artwork. You were my new dream. So I think this is the first one I ever did that I can remember. I did not stream this. Oh, here's the date. 4/1/17. Veronica, that's me. I didn't date this one. This one I also think I did in college. There's no date on it. I don't know when I did this one. Midnight Dreamer. Anyway, those two I didn't do on stream. But I don't know. It's interesting to do these little canvas arts, right? So anyway, that was like my first two. I didn't do on stream. Not good at art? No, these are not that good. I don't know how I did this. This is pretty freaking good for not knowing what I was doing. I don't know how I did it. There's another one back here too. All right, and then I think, like I said, I don't know why I started with art for Twitch. I'm not good at art. I think it's because I can't show you all this. I don't have them. Those two were just canvases I did like at campus events in college, right? And then my undergraduate degree, I graduated in 2017 with my bachelor's. I made my cap, like I did artwork for my cap. I think that one I did a Tangled inspired one. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't physically have it here. Both of my caps are at my parents' house. But we're just getting into art background for me. Hold on. Oh, y'all, don't go to my Instagram. It is covered in pictures of me and my ex. Anyway. Not crying. Not. Okay. Where is it? There it is. So, I just like went to an art store and just bought stuff because I was like, I'm going to decorate my cap. And so I did this cute Tangled inspired cap. It says, "Go live your dream." And it's kind of got like the sun from Tangled and then like flowers and stuff around it. I really liked how it turned out. Sometimes I just do things and then they turn out okay and I'm happy. So then I did that my undergraduate year. That was 2017. And then 2018, I graduated with my master's. And I did another one. That one was an Overwatch inspired one. Oh, side note, now we're just going down the art lane. Side note, I did beach sand art on a couple of vacations in college. I think one was with my family. So this one is, oh, y'all can't see it because it's so bright. It's like sand art. Like I took sand and shaped it into, there we go. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's kind of really light, so it's probably hard to see, but it's actually the Houston Outlaws symbol, which is an Overwatch League team. I don't know that they exist anymore, but it's like a 2 bull horns in the bull head and then a star over top. But the bull's head is like 2 pistols. Anyway, sometimes I'm creative. So I did that and like posted on Twitter and was like, "Go Houston Outlaws." I just was on the beach like making sand art. And then I later on did this art, which is like McCree from, oh, sorry, that's not his name anymore. I forget what his name changed to. Use the proper name. But I did a little art of him. That's like his little look with his cowboy hat and stuff. I don't know how I did these things. Cassidy, you're right. Cassidy. I did that one on another vacation. And actually, the reason I've been like missing MIA for like a week and a half, because I was just on vacation. I was like on the beach in the Dominican Republic. And funnily enough, I was actually trying to make some sand art there. The beaches were a little bit gross because there's like this seaweed outbreak there called sargassum, and it was kind of disgusting. But I was trying to make sand art, and I was trying to surprise my boyfriend at the time. So he's like playing out in the water. And I was trying to avoid the sargassum on the shore. So I was like, I'll make some sand art. And I was going to make sand art of his, like a profile of his face. I don't know how I successfully made these sand art things. But I was going to do like my profile of my boyfriend's face because I got to be honest, a little bit simple. He was bald and had a beard. So what I was going to do was take like shape his face and then obviously no hair, but then put the seaweed as like a beard. But the tide was coming out, like raising up, so it washed part of it away while I was working on it, and I got frustrated and left. But anyway, there you go. McCree sounds cooler when I start by the chain. Yeah, I agree. I am so mad that that guy was a piece of crap because it made for a great character name, but frick that man. So anyway, Poseidon was like, can't have this. Destroyed my art. Okay, anyway. Sorry, we're still delving down art lane here. And then in 2018, when I graduated with my master's, I did another art, and it's Overwatch inspired. It says, "Dreams never die." It's just kind of like the Overwatch symbol and like the Mercy Res symbol over there. A little bit simpler in my opinion than the first one I did 2018 when Allie was born. Dang, Phoenix, you're barely older than Allie. Ain't no way. So then I did all that when I was in college. Everything I showed up to now. And then I guess I decided to do are you implying you're younger? Do you think you're younger than Allie? Forget. Y'all are babies compared to me. It's gonna rain, says my weather notifications. So September 20th, 2018, I guess, is when I maybe did this artwork, question mark? The first one I ever did on stream. I don't know how old Allie is. I thought she was younger than you, but so the first one I streamed, I guess I just was really inspired by using those gems that I wanted to make more art. So the first one I did on stream, this is the first thing I streamed. Heroes may die, but legends endure, and it's supposed to be like the Master Sword. I literally don't really do any planning when I do these, and I just like throw it together. So it's a little wonky, admittedly. 23 and a quarter. Oh my gosh, you're a wee babe. You're literally younger than the new guy at work, who is literally a baby. Pretty sure he's 24. Wee babes. But so I did this one. And then I just wanted to keep doing it. Like this, it's not like the streams were all that exciting. I don't even know how many people watched them. I just was doing them, right? So that was the first one. And then based on my Instagram, the second one I did was actually the tree art. I didn't realize that. Oops. No, I like lost my place where I was looking for the order of what artwork I did. No. My artwork. I'm trying to like keep track of where I was. I guess according to this, my next one, Rock Rough is worth it. All right. According to my Instagram, the next one I did was this one. I actually really like this one, and I need to hang it up. I did a 4 canvas art piece. Okay, I need to get rid of all this stuff on my desk because we're going to do art today, theoretically. But I don't want it all over my desk, making it messy. So I did this 4-piece art set where I did the 4 seasons with like one tree. I unfortunately don't think I can hold up all of them at once. Hold on. I did this wrong. My gosh, something like this. So that was the next one I did, I guess. According to my Instagram. Let's see if the date's on this. 9/22/2018. So there you go. That one was nice. Mom and stepdad got back from Mexico and brought back some really good tequila. Not that I am, but I could drink it like water. Oh my gosh. Those are cool. Thank you. Thank you. I did all 4 of these on stream. Live. For people to watch. I think I also streamed, I don't have them, but I think I also streamed me making art for some friends at work where I just like did canvases with their names on them. I think I streamed me doing that, but I don't have them. They have them, theoretically, unless they've thrown them away by now. And then I guess the next was, oh, I did a Pikachu one. Although I think I gave it to my brother. I don't think I have it. But it was a Pikachu one. And it says, Pikachu, I choose you. This one, he turned out chunkier than I meant to, but I guess that was my next one. And then the next one I did, Maddie remembers. I wish Maddie was here. I think she's working right now, but then I did this one for Up. Adventure is out there. This was on October 6th, 2018. There you go. Play the Pokemon Pocket at all? Pokemon Pocket. Which one's that? Which one? Which game is that? We're just like, we're avoiding the emotional right now by just delving into the art instead. The mobile team. Oh, no. I don't play that one. Then I did a Mario inspired one. I was doing a lot of video game inspired ones or like movies. This one, Grow Up, Get a Life. It looks like I was doing 1 per week. I don't know how I was so inspired that I could do 1 per week, but I guess I was. On the first day in the new set, pulled the 3-star immersive Eevee and 2-star Eevee. You gotta, oh my god. You gotta pull the real Pokemon cards. You gotta pull the real ones so that you can make money. So then the one I did after that was a Captain America inspired one. Love this one. Where's the date on this? It says hi on the little bottom corner for some reason. Hi, hello. I don't know why it says that. Also, it looks like it got stuck to something because there's something stuck to it. Can't find the date on this one. I thought I put my name and date on them when they were made later, but anyway, this one's a Captain America inspired one. It's a little crooked. Very sad about that, but we are where we are. And it's the quote where it's Captain America. When the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the whole world, no, you move. Which, anyway, there's a Captain America one. But those cost money and I want to save my money. Order a new chair today. A desk chair. I needed to do that. I literally have like this little shopping list on my board. Y'all can't see it from where you are. It's actually almost visible on screen, but it's just too hard for y'all to see. But desk chair is on there because my desk chair is literally falling apart. And then let's see what I do after that. The next one I did. That might have been the last of what I streamed. Hey, where's my... I just did a plain Pokemon one, and I swear I must have streamed that. There's no way I didn't. I guess I just didn't post it on Instagram, but I did a Pokemon one. It's just a Pokeball. And the Pokemon is off center. I literally wing these. If I was more thoughtful, I would plan them better so that, you know, they're not crooked. But here we are. The Pokemon one. 9/16/18. That was a long time ago. Y'all, I was in a different era of my life in 2018. Whole different era of my life. Sheesh. Showed you last time. Favorite Marvel scene in Age of Ultron with conversation between Vision and Ultron. Whole ad feed right now is Cheers. That's what happens. When you buy something, you talk about something, your ad feed blows up. I was in high school. How does that make you feel? I need like a zoom. I need a zoom here. Research chairs for like 4 hours. Goodbye, Phoenix. I think that might have been the last of my art streams because I actually started to do gaming streams, I think, after that. Yeah, I think after whatever my last one was, I started to do like actual gaming streams. And that would have been 2019-ish. And then I think my first gaming streams were actually Bayonetta on my Switch. Funnily enough. Never got through that game. And then I think I eventually started to do like ARC streams or ESO streams. What's that other one called? Conan Exiles streams. Like, I was just doing like random games. And then eventually Genshin came out, and then that's did a lot of those. But yeah. And then I have 2 more canvases here. I don't think I streamed these. I can't even read the date on this one. It's like smudged off. 6/13 something. I don't think I streamed this. So back to my streamer lore. You know, I started streaming Genshin. That's when I met my abusive boyfriend way back then, 2020. Things got bad with him. I stopped streaming in like 2021, I think. Took like a 1.5 year hiatus. Because I don't think I streamed once in the apartment that I lived with him in. And then I finally moved into this apartment, was gone, rid of him, and then started streaming again. So I don't remember when I made this, but I don't think I streamed making it. It's a Howl's Moving Castle inspired, though. My heart's a heavy burden. And then this is probably one of the saddest ones I've done. This one, which is inspired from A Silent Voice, which is an incredibly emotional movie. 8/7/21. This would be around the time I think I finally got rid of my abusive ex. This one's really sad. And then in the background, I'm not going to pull them down. In the background, I made those art pieces. And I made them in 3 different segments. I can't remember the order. I think I actually did post those on my Instagram too. Hold on. These were all a cry for help, by the way. My art journey has always been just like inspiration from my life or like video games, movies, right? And when I got to the later art, it was definitely cries for help. But anyway, there y'all go. There's a little emotional, vulnerable for you. Let me see here. The first one I made was her face. It's more or less it's me. And what I would do was make these arts. I was not streaming at the time. So I just did these off my own. The first one I did, it was, it's girl crying. It's essentially me. She's wearing the little choker that I always wear. And she's actually on her, I've taken it off, but she was wearing a necklace that I had gotten from my abusive ex. And it's her crying with her purple blue hair. And I guess the quote I put with that one was, "Baby, as soon as you meet me, you'll wish that you never did," which is from a Halsey song, a very depression song. So there you go. What is a good one? One I got wasn't too bad. $120 looks pretty solid. Better be good for your back. People hear my actual music and movie taste and likely think I have something wrong with me. I mean, but are they wrong, Scenics? So I did that one first. I think the second one I did was actually the thoughts. The thought bubbles. Oh, it looks like I made the Howl's Moving Castle one between when I made the first of that. I think the second one was the thought one. So the thought one features a rose. You guys can't really see it. There's a rose up here in this corner. I don't remember what that represented, to be honest. And then the thought bubble. Here's a little emotional and vulnerable for you. The thought bubble is actually full of like really sad thoughts I've had. A lot of them were things like that my abusive ex had said to me. I wish I could read some of them now so that you all would know, but I can think of like some examples would be like, "You're too much," or "I don't understand." I think I can read that one here. "I don't understand." Looks like this says "deserve." You deserve it. Maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of really bad things in that. So that was, again, these are like just pictures of me at the time. But that one's like thoughts in my head. Let me see the quote I said. "But I'm still alone in my mind." That's another Halsey song lyrics. Very depression music. We all got something wrong with us. What? There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. As I tell you, all of the sad thoughts I had in my 2021 brain or whatever I made that art. June 2021. Oh my gosh. Literally to the day that the thoughts one was literally 4 years ago on the dot. There you go. Reminds me of something. VR game used to play where you can hear people give their answers to questions. All anonymous. Some of those stories, hear people's lives were rough, really. Yikes. This is me telling you all some backstory on me. You know, it's good that I can like laugh now. Because I was crying at the time. And then the last one I did was this one. Is her wearing the dress. And then just like her heart ripped out. Essentially. What's the quote I said on that? "Sorry that I can't believe that anybody ever really starts to fall in love with me." Again, another Halsey song. I was big in my Halsey depression era of music. I loved Halsey at the time. She was like one of my top Spotify artists. And I don't know if I wondered why, but looking back, I mean, I know why. It was all like depression music, and not just like depression, but like specifically like you're in a bad place and you're in a bad relationship, like get out. So there you go. I think that's all the art. Oh, and then eventually I did post this one. The quote was, "I'm doing the best I can," which is a quote from Silent Voice, which inspired that one. Oh, wait, I need to put that canvas back, actually. Okay. So anyway, so that's all sad, Veronica. I cannot remember when I started this. So this is the piece I'm going to do today. What time is it? 9 o'clock. We'll see how far I get. But this is the piece I was going to do today. And I can't remember when I started it, but I remember like the inspiration for it. So I'll kind of show y'all. It's penciled in what I'm doing. Right. So this one is so the artwork is supposed to be it's me. It's me. I mean, I don't know what else to say. But she's holding her hands up like this to cover her face. And there's like a drawn on face on her hands that looks happy and smiling. And there's not enough face showing, so I don't know how I'm gonna represent this, but behind the hand face, where she's smiling, she's actually crying, because it represents the mask that I would wear all the time. And it's very apropos for me to do this now because, you know, I've spent a lot of time in my past, and even just recently, doing this thing where I wear a mask. I've probably been doing this since I was a kid. I don't even know when it started. I can definitely think of times in high school where I did it, where I would just fake it till you make it, if that makes sense. Like, just go along with life and do things that didn't make any sense for me, in the sense that like they weren't me, but it was me trying to be normal, to fit in with the everyone else. I don't know how much I've gone into on like some of those examples in my past, but there have been a lot of times where I just thought there were things I had to do because I was good at them, so that's all I was meant to do. That there was a lot of that in my mid-20s, especially with my abusive boyfriend. Probably part of why I was with him, frankly, because he treated me like crap, and I felt like crap all the time. But I just felt like I had to stay because I was the one that was wrong. I was always the one that was wrong in my head, you know? So I don't even remember when I started this art piece, but that's essentially what it's representing, was just always putting on this mask to present as normal, to present as okay when I wasn't. And part of that gets into like the breakup that I just went through. Like there was still a lot of that happening, even though I was with someone that I told myself I trusted and wanted to spend my life with. But I realized I was still not taking the time to fully be me and be intentional with who I was and what I did. And in that, I guess, self-discovery, you know, I just found out that we were on different paths and weren't meant to be together. So I think now is an apropos time to actually make this piece, or like finish this piece. I know it's probably going to look like crap, but you know what? It's self-expression. So that is today's goal with that. Okay, what did I miss? Sometimes we'll sit on Omegle text chat just to meet new people. Just be there to let people vent. Remember one girl told me her life story about she's had to move homes like 8 times to different schools growing up. More crazy stuff, but rough stories. Oh my gosh. We keep getting on different tangents. That's what happens when we do like these segments where we're not just like focused on like Genshin. We just get into all these side tangents that aren't what we're trying to do. But my personal experience with Omegle is not a lot, but I remember using it in like high school or middle school or whatever. But usually I don't know if I've ever done it alone, but like with friends, and we just type on there and like chat with random people, right? And it was usually silly because we were young and silly. So I don't actually have any weird stories from that time, I don't think. But I feel like there could be a lot of bad, weird stories. There's someone that I see on Facebook who does content. His name is Vladimir, who does hilarious content to me because he dresses up as a woman to essentially like prank all these people on there, because there's a lot of people there that prey on women. And so he'll dress up as a woman and then, you know, speak with the feminine voice, you know, look very beautiful to appeal to them. And then he would switch to like this deep Russian voice and freak them out. Usually, sometimes they were like still in it. Anyway, his content's so funny because I'm like, get them. Like the people know him. Yeah. Get them, like call out the nasty people. Like when it doesn't work, I'm also like mortified because when it doesn't work, you usually are finding the worst of the worst. I would say. But anyway, streamer friend of mine, won't say who for obvious reasons, been going through a tough time. Just been popping to stream as much as I can over the past 7 months. Aw. Just check up on them. Aw. Good dude. Just want to make sure he's all right. Oh, that's really sweet. Really sad. I know y'all weren't around back then because again, I took a ginormous hiatus, but like in the early stages of being with my abusive ex, things were still relatively normal for me. That's how it works. They get you by things being okay for a while before they're not okay. And so I was still streaming. And then things kind of progressively got worse. And I was still streaming, but I bet if I went, I don't know if I have those vids, but if I went back, I bet you could tell by near the end when I finally took the hiatus. And then I did not show up anymore. I'm surprised more people didn't reach out to me like, what happened? Not that I'm blaming anyone, just like thinking back on it, I literally just up and disappeared. I don't even think I did like a goodbye stream. Just like one day I didn't do streams anymore. It's really sad. I think about that sometimes when you all go missing, when I have like chatters that just disappear and I'm like, are they okay? If I have someone's Discord, it's not so bad. I can still see them doing their thing. And they just don't stop in here anymore. And that's totally fine. I don't mind. As long as people are okay. But it's like the chatters that are here, but I don't actually have their Discords. And then they just like poof. I'm like, oh, they're okay. But anyway. Got him into Wooba. Game great. He really enjoys. Also don't know if that was the best thing either. Because he may have already fell slightly into the gacha side. Phoenix, no. Phoenix, no. Not the gacha rabbit hole. But yeah, there's a lot of backstory. Oh, here's a fun one I did. Here's a fun artwork I did. This was not streamed. This was, get ready, y'all. This was, I had an incredibly bad day when I was in my abusive relationship. I was already on my streaming hiatus. This was like, him and I lived in an apartment and we had a really bad fight. And by the end of it, I was just on the floor. By the way, he never hit me, by the way. This is a emotional abusive relationship. But I was just like so beaten up, like emotionally. I was just like on the floor and I didn't know what to do. Like I was just like paralyzed. It was horrible. I remember like calling my parents. I don't even know what I said to them. On the floor. I think I crawled into a corner of my apartment and was just like numb on the floor. And eventually my parents show up. I think they had a spare key to my apartment. Yeah, they did. Picked me up off the floor, like we grabbed some of my stuff and I like left to go to their house. And when I was at their house, this was like an artwork I did. And it's supposed to be, actually, this is hung up right outside my front door here. Like my front door to this apartment. Which is funny because I hung this up in my last apartment where I lived with my abusive boyfriend. Right outside my bedroom door. It's supposed to like encourage me to be strong. I eventually was strong, but it's supposed to be like me, I think. So you can kind of see there's a person holding like a staff or something there. And there's purple hair on this side where my thumb is. And she's holding like a staff. I was just sitting like at the dining table at my parents' house, and my mom had like a few pens sitting out, and I just like doodled on a piece of paper. I did not get out of that relationship that was in February. I did not get out of that relationship for another 3 months after that or something. And then he did not actually leave me for another like 3 months after that or something. It was horrible. But yeah, there's another piece of artwork I did. Oh, geez. Just like a week later. Just like a week after that artwork. I'm at the apartment, sitting on the couch, like, everything's set up. Oh my gosh. You know, there can be a little levity when we look back at horrible things, I guess. Been following him for over 2 years. Got him to the Genshin channel on Twitch. Watched him a lot. Then I took a hiatus from Twitch. Oh, yeah. Came back. He was on hiatus. Aw, I didn't see him for a while. Couldn't remember his Twitch name. Oh no, even though I followed him. Follow a lot of people, that's fair. And one day, saw somebody I didn't recognize live. It was like, oh, it's this guy. Oh. Had a great energy when I started. It was alright energy. You can tell life. Aw. Kind of hard, yeah. Yeah. When I started streaming again here, how long ago would that have been? 2 years ago now? Something like 2 years ago, I started streaming here again. I think I was at a generally good place because it had been a lot of, well, not a lot, but like quite a bit of time since the abusive relationship. But a lot of the people that were around back when I was streaming before that, like, weren't here anymore, which is fine. Like, I don't blame them. It's just like they weren't here to see the aftermath of me returning after that hiatus. I don't know what the comparison would be, but anyway. Only missed one day. Still been keeping up with my daily push-up. Oh my gosh, even while sick. Missed one day when you had 101.5 fever. Oh my gosh. Make up those push-ups later. Insane. I remember many times in my past where I tried to do kind of challenges like that, where I would do like, I started with like 10 crunches for a week and it would go up every week 10 more or something. I don't know how long that lasted. Then it was like, do a push-up, like add an additional push-up every day. Start with 1, then 2. I don't know how long I went on that either. I'm very good at those kinds of things. Doing half of what normally. Yesterday you did 50. I'll see how many I can do. I'm not good at push-ups. I'll be real with y'all. I've been working on getting stronger, and I definitely am. I'm like still not good at push-ups. I think maybe I need to lose more weight still so that my muscles can support my weight. I don't know. Like trying to think of what I need to work on. Be better and stuff. All right. Is it time to start the artwork? Now I'm like exhausted and I'm about to just switch to Genshin and we're gonna do no art. I should at least start the base of this picture, I think. Stuffed up still. Probably not a lot. 75 is your max. You know how many I could do? Like one. I'm just kidding. When I go to Squadron PT, we do 22 push-ups. Which I think represents 20. I think they were on average 22. I better look to make sure. It used to be 21. Yep, here it is. So this used to be the 21 push-up challenge because it was estimated that 21 veterans per day died by suicide, right? But now, I remember this vividly. One of our Squadron PTs, we did 22 push-ups. And I was like, why do we do 22? Did the person miscount? And now the number is up to 22. So, yeah. So every PT, we do 22 push-ups. But I gotta be honest with y'all, I do the like knee push-ups where you're not fully extended, you're on your knees. There you go. I do manage to do those usually. But if I were to do full push-ups, full body extended, I don't know how many I could do. I'm not good at them. Somewhere around 7,500-ish. Oh my gosh. Need to add them up. Probably closer to 8,000. Insane. I've been like working on my arm muscles too. I guess I just need to like lose more weight so that I can support my weight when I do push-ups. And obviously get stronger too at the same time. But I actually went in for a in-body today. So there's this scale at the gym I go to where they can measure like your body fat percentage and muscle mass and things like that. So I went in today and got my results back. I need to compare them to my previous results. But I'm trying to monitor if my muscles are growing and my fat's decreasing. And I go in and just talking to her and the girl that helped me do the thing. And I was like, she's like, how's it been going? Like, it's been going fine. I'm like, working on putting on muscle and losing weight. It's, so balance. Pretty tough. She's like, pretty tough. Because it is pretty tough because they're kind of conflicting ideas in a way. Because like when you're losing fat, you have to burn a lot of calories, right? But when you are putting on muscle, you're trying to increase your protein, which then means you're eating with more calories, at least specifically protein. It's like a weird thing. But, I'm trying to do both. Doing the best I can. I did the same challenge next year, but with squats. Be having cello legs every day. Oh my gosh. That'd be crazy. We keep getting on these tangents and we never get back to like actually, I see Maddie. Never get back to actually doing the art. When I do my leg days at the gym, I do squats where I'm holding a dumbbell. I just hold a 20-pound dumbbell because I want to do the bar squats. But I once, like, my now ex was helping me learn how to do them. And, like, I don't know. The bar was just really uncomfortable on my shoulders. Like, I don't know if I just was doing it wrong or I just don't have wide enough like, I don't know what the problem was. Maddie! Hi, Maddie.
D&D stuff, so not here, but still here less than 3.
Hi, Maddie. I want to do like the bar squats so that I can practice good form with that. I meant to actually try it. No, yesterday. Today I did arms at the gym, but yesterday I did legs. Anyway, I keep getting off tangent. Okay. Let's switch over so you all can see what we're working with for this art stream. There we go. Hi, it's me. Hello. Hello. This is me waving up here. Hello. I literally set this up like 10 minutes before stream, so we'll see how well this goes. I want to at least put a background on this. I don't know that I'm actually going to finish this today. Y'all like seeing chat over here too. Hi, Maddie. Two T's for Matt T. Here's a funny little tidbit. So that trip I just went on. So I just went on a trip. And again, that's why I was out for like a week and a half. Took a trip to Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic. It was for my now ex's friend's wedding. We went down there. And we were staying in an all-inclusive resort, and let me think. There were probably 30-ish people that were coming to the wedding there, or maybe 40, something like that. 30 or 40 people. And so I'm meeting all these people that are friends of like the bride and groom. And let me tell you, there were like 5 Maddies there. Like 4 Madisons who call themselves Maddie in different spelling variations. And then like 1 Madeline, I think. Madeline. So she wasn't really a Maddie because I don't think she went by Maddie. But there were just so many like Maddies. Look, she's just shiny now. Oh my gosh. She probably can't hear me right now. But sorry, Maddie. I changed. If you can hear this, I changed the stream avatars so that I have more variety available now. Unfortunately, it makes Wailord smaller. She's shiny now. Yeah, unfortunately, they're smaller now. Wailord is still relatively the largest. We tried Eternatus earlier. Hold on. Let me click it again. Let me see if I can switch back to Eternatus. And now that Maddie's here, we can actually compare them side by side. Hold on. We can see if Eternatus actually shows up. Here's a fun fact. I actually call Eternatus. What I call it. Eternatus. Like that's what I've been calling it since the Galar region. But okay, hold on. Does it even have a shiny form? Oh, it does. Because I'm assuming that's the shiny form. Is it? Is it? Oh, no, that was its Dynamax form. It's what is that form called? That's it shiny. Oh, the pink was it shiny. Was Maddie changing hers? Like just by clicking it? Because just when I just click it, it doesn't change. But when I switched to Charcadet and then to it. So I changed its form. There we go. Okay, this one's, it's not shiny, but it's what's it called form. It's still smaller than Wailord because they can't represent it as large as it is. Name spellings can be confusing even for basic names. There's so many different spellings like Jackson or Jackson or Jackson or Jackson. I've just seen all these spellings. Oh man, my Pathfinder group laughs at those all the time. Eternamax, you're right. That's what I meant to say earlier. Yeah, I feel like all the Madisons at this party actually spelled their names different. And then I think one of them was just Maddie, or they spelled their Maddies differently. I think they all were spelled Madison. Well, maybe not all the same, but anyway. Oh, you're talking about Wailord? Oh, no. I think I did have an Eternatus shiny because it was pink. Hold on, let's see. We're using Charcadet to space it out. Hold on, it's just normal form. Oh, here, you can choose its form in this. Here's its Eternamax shiny form. It doesn't really make it larger, though. Than, like, see, it's not larger than Wailord. I didn't know they had actually released a shiny form for Eternatus. Back when I was playing Sword and Shield, they never had released it. Anyway, let's go back to Mew, though. Let's go back to Mew. My baby. Okay, anyway. I'm all distracted. Maddie keeps switching her form. Now I forget what we were talking about. Oh, just that tidbit from the wedding trip. So in this effort of being vulnerable, that wedding trip was actually where my heart broke, and I knew I couldn't stay with my boyfriend anymore. Sad. There were things there that showed me that, like, our values just weren't aligned, and I knew it at the time too, but I didn't want to cause a scene or be a pain in the butt on the trip, so I waited till we were back to talk to him about it. And I had this friend who was, like, encouraging me, like, maybe if you talk about it, like, you could be on the same page. It's just you need to talk about it. And we talked, and we were not on the same page. So there you go. There's a little vulnerability for you. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I think what I want to do is paint the background first. I don't know what background color is gonna be, but then just layer it up from there, like everything that comes through from that background to the foreground. I don't really know what color to do this background. Maybe like a sunset kind of vibe. I have all this painting material. I actually have, and y'all weren't around for the summer sale is going on right now. Says Steam. Y'all weren't around for, y'all like see me type, for my art streams way back then. But back then I didn't have these little palettes. What I actually used to, like, mix the paint was just, like, Tupperware lids. So I'm gonna actually use things you're supposed to use for paint. Yeah, let's do, like, some sort of sunset vibe for the background. I don't know. We're just gonna make it up as we go. So I like already have the sunset colors out. I didn't intend to do that. We've got, like, black, red, yellow. I think I could do better than that. Maybe a little bit of, like, blue or pink or something. I also have all of my gems from back when I did the gem art. I don't know that I'm gonna put any into this artwork because I just dropped my light. Okay. Don't look at all the wires under my desk. But here I actually have all of the, like, gems that I bought for all my gem art things. There's so many in here. I don't know what all colors I need for this background. I have, like, all this stuff back here And I didn't go through and pick everything I wanted. Y'all like how I sound when I'm a million miles away from the mic. You know what? We're just gonna mix it up. I have all this different paints and brushes that I've never used in my life. We're just gonna play with it. Might try these new ones I've never opened. You know, whatever. We're just, gonna go with it. What time is it? 10 o'clock, practically. I don't know how far I'm gonna get in this art project. I'm actually really tired too. I had this picnic earlier at 4 o'clock and I was like already exhausted at it. And then I was like, but I really want to do this art stream. So here I am. Let's see. What colors should I use for this sunset? Probably want some black. Wish me luck. I don't know what I'm doing. Want a jump game? You sure did. Remember my thing has little platforms you walk up on? If you walk up on them at the right time, you can collect the star without jumping. Hey, how do I open this? I want to see. How do I open this? I'm about to stick my tooth on it. I don't actually know. Oh. I'm glad you all can see what I'm doing. You can watch my Mexican superpowers. Winning the jump game. I love that you all can watch me fail. Here. I'm about to just stab this and call it a day. I sure did. Just stab it. This is Pokemon music. Okay, we got a little black. What else? Maybe a little blue. Let's go. So while we're talking vulnerability in like processing, so I was with my boyfriend for almost 10 months because we officially started dating in August last year. So we were approaching a year. And I think I already had said this, but I thought that I was going to marry him. Like we would go to brunches with my family sometimes and stuff, and my dad, I swear to you, anytime we'd go out to a meal, he would like ask where the ring was. We were just like, I don't know, that close. In that short of a time, I guess I guess I don't really know what's a long time or a short time when it comes to relationships. I was in my abusive relationship for nearly 2 years. So, but my dad had never like asked if like when we were gonna get married when I was with him. Um, Even though he saw that guy way more because anyway. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought he was the one. I'm planning on buying a house next year, right? Or like at the end of this year. And my plans included him in that. Um, so the breakup just happened. Literally uh on Wednesday. So not long ago, 2 days ago, right? And I'm still working on processing that. But here's a little funny tidbit on that. I was looking for ways to like organize my thoughts and like really sit down and dissect like all my thoughts in one place. So here you go. You know what I used to help me with that was I actually went to ChatGPT, the language model, and like brain dumped all of my thoughts in one place and had it help me like break them down, funnily enough. And it actually did a pretty good job at that because as a language model, all it was doing was taking my language and like, and essentially parsing out what to say back based on that. But it actually did a really good job of like interpreting the things I said into meaningful responses or things like that. Like for example, yesterday I asked it like, hey, with all that I'm feeling, I want to watch a movie that encompasses this and like helps me process what's happening. And so it gave me a lot of different recommendations based on everything that I'd given it to like recommend, like, here's what you can watch if you're just looking for something that like, here's something if you want to watch something that's like devastatingly going through this. Here's like an example of, something with a more of an upbeat ending suggestion. Like it just had a lot of like suggestions to go with that. Because it takes the language and figures out corresponding language to go with that. So anyway, there's a fun little tidbit for using language models to help process things. I haven't even seen my family since the breakup. I did text them right away, and my mom was like, "Are you okay?" And I just said, "I will be okay." And we're only on day 2 here, but I've been like going through all of like these stages of grief and like different ways, manifesting in many different ways. I know I've hit a lot of just like plain depression, like segments of it. Anger, bargaining. Oh no, I'm missing one besides acceptance. Oh no, I'm forgetting. What's the other one? But I've just been like doing all these different things to like kind of handle that grief. I think I said it earlier, but like the thing I need to recognize is that I'm not just like grieving the fact that the relationship ended, which I am, but it's like I'm grieving the loss of a friend, right? He was like my best friend. I'm grieving the loss of the future I had planned, in in looking to buy that house, you know, I had all these plans for like, here's the things that he wants in a house. Like, here's what I should look for when getting this house. And, you know, things like that. And like, so yeah, this paint is old as dirt. It's like sludging out of the bottle. Please come out. Please come out. I have to like pull it down with my finger, and I really don't want to do that. If I can help it. Please. I didn't bring any napkins in here. I used my finger, and now they're disgusting. All right, bad news. I definitely need to bring like napkins in here. Hold on. It is warm in here. My room. My computer makes it freaking warm in here. All right. What I miss? Want to see the chair I ordered? Not best timing. Just got on my laptop. So I have an Amazon link to it now. Paint. The paint on my finger. Yeah. Ugh. Did you put it in the Discord? I don't even remember what all I was saying. But there's been lots of things I've been doing to like deal with my grief. There was a lot of crying. Not the link. Words of affirmation. Oh, that's a good point. I did not do my affirmation card for the stream because now we get two. We'll do one for Allie. We'll do one for stream. I forgot to do our opening affirmation card. How sad. Now we're going to get two. One for Allie, one for stream. It looks comfy, so hopefully it is. It's a trick. The comfiest office chairs don't look comfy. I don't know if that's true. I made that up, but all right. Opening affirmation card. Get centered. This is actually a good one. Get centered. When it gets to be too much, which it was, whatever it is, it was. I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of a favorite animal, holding a magical item, floating through space on a piece of furniture. So, I have the wisdom and tranquility of a wolf holding a magic lamp, floating through space on a computer chair. And there we go. All right, hold on. We got to do one for Allie. Oh, the Toros. Forgot about that. I distracted you, I guess, at the start. Yeah, how dare you, Phoenix? Clearly, we blame Phoenix and not me, who forgot. All right, this one's for Allie. Are you ready, Allie? I'm going to pick a good one for Allie. Actually, I have a good one for Allie. Hold on. Give me like 2 seconds. We're not pulling it from the deck. Oh my gosh. My head's disconnected. What's that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, sorry. My headset like messed up and disconnected everything. Is it about dirt? No. Do you want one about dirt? So I have this book, Girls Support Girls, which unfortunately is actually a gift from my ex's mom. But you know, we're just gonna pick a random page in here, and it's gonna be for Allie. Okay, this one is by Kelly Clarkson. I've just never cared what people think. It's more if I'm happy and I'm confident and feeling good. So, girl, don't care about what people think. Focus on your happiness, your confidence, and feeling good. There you go. Kelly Clarkson. Also me. I also say that. What's mine? Did you redeem one too? Did you redeem one, Phoenix? Did you redeem one? Did I miss that? Don't do that to me. Also, hydrate or dihydrate. I forgot what all I was saying earlier. But I've just been going through a lot of like emotions and things. Which redeem is it? Words of affirmation. There was a lot of crying and screaming. So I was in Columbus, which is where he is after that trip. My drive home was a lot of crying and screaming. And then I definitely did a lot of that at home too, especially that first night. But then there's been a lot of just like sitting with myself. And sometimes it's just been like sitting with myself and just like feeling and letting myself feel and mourn, because there's a lot of loss here, right? There's also been a lot of like pragmatism and like being realistic, which I think is important for me because, you know, the relationship didn't work because our values just at the end of the day didn't align. And like kind of going with this mask theme, like I could have spent my whole life with him just like wearing this mask and pretending everything was okay, right? I could have done that, but then I wouldn't have been true to myself, and that wouldn't have been good for me, right? So a lot of pragmatism and just like being realistic with myself of like, you know, that wasn't it. And also I've spent a little bit of time being, how to put it, dreaming, and not like dreaming of what was or what could have been, but like just dreaming of what the future looks like now, because, you know, I don't know. I think it's good to have some hope, and I know that good things will come to me, you know, and I'm making the right choice. So anyway, just a lot of things happening. The day after the breakup, this was yesterday, I remember messaging my one friend who I had been messaging before the breakup. And I told her, oh, I'll do your affirmation in a second, but I told her, I was like, you know what? I don't know if it's me trying to fix the hole okay, wait. I don't know if I think I should start my dating profile again now because I'm trying to like fix a hole in myself right now, or if I'm just like super confident in who I am and I'm ready to dive in. And she was like, oh. I also told Maddie this. Maddie was like, no. But when I was messaging that friend, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go do it. I'm going to at least go and update my old profile, you know, as like a trial to see if I'm ready. And I did not do that yesterday. But I actually did re-download the app today to look at like what my profile looked like before I started dating him, and compare it to who I am and who I want to present myself as. And the funny thing is, I do think I actually presented myself in that profile in the way I meant to, or like the values that I meant to encompass and had ultimately like resulted in the end relationship were actually encapsulated in that profile. I guess they just weren't incredibly clear, and I have actually improved it now. I have not put my profile out there, but I did at least change the things I felt like I needed to change based on like what I've learned. But I'll probably get into more of the breakup eventually. But you know, I was thinking to myself, like, we were together almost a year, and how did I not catch this like misalignment of values until the end? And like nearing the end, I was starting to pick up on it and just like pushing through, masking up and pushing through. But I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, Phoenix, your affirmation. Do you want the girls support girls one? Is that why you redeemed it? Do you want the girls support girls one? I can also just pull you an affirmation card. You want a girls support girls one? All right, Phoenix. Well, let's flip to a random page. What does Phoenix have in store? We're gonna go near the end. You ready? It's, you know, this is not actually quoted to anyone, but this is the page you got. Are you ready? Hold on, we gotta zoom in for this. Well, wait, we can use the real zoom. Never doubt your abilities. That's it. Well, there's a feminism one, but never doubt your abilities. That's it, just in bold letters. Phoenix, never doubt your abilities. There's also a feminism quote on the other page, but this was actually the page I was picking for you. So there you go. Just plain and simple. To jump off the Grand Canyon. What ability do you believe you have that you're doing that? Riddle me that. Won't doubt my abilities to survive. Anyway. All right. Let's do some sort of sunset background thing. I'm a bob here. Where'd my paintbrushes go? I put them under the napkins. Alfred, hi. Also, we missed Alfred's stream because I saw he was streaming earlier. How are you, Alfred? We're just opening a whole new pack of brushes for fun. Oh, I don't have a water thing in here to wash the brushes. Here's what I'll do. I'll just add a little water to this palette in the center. All right. Welcome to the emotional, vulnerable stream. I would sing that like Benson Boone, but I cannot do that. A lot of the new Genshin story was very sad. Really? I haven't done it yet. Maybe that'll be my Sunday stream stuff. I can do Sunday stream. My weekends are free again, y'all. So my Sunday streams will probably come back now. Which brush should I do? We're just gonna mix some sort of thing. Got Shinha to 80. Woo! How much more do you have to do to get to 90? Like, what do you already have? Both Archon Quest and Skirk Quest. Dang, Alfred! How long did it take you? Even that took a while because her flowers are annoying. Which flowers does she need again? I can't remember. Which ones are they? Wow, I'm trying to mix a sunset color. Oh, y'all can't see my color mixing very well. It's about to suck. Well, we got a deep purple for our first color of this sunset. But y'all can't even see what I'm doing. LOL. It's fine. I'm just painting the edges right now, so not all that. Not all that in a bag of chips. I like painting the edges of my paintings. Even though people don't really see that. But I do. Oh, we got a Pokemon. Hold on. I'm about to get my desk all painty. I forgot to lay down, like, napkins in case I put this down. Okay. Did I type my Pokecash yet? Hello? Go. Okay. Oh, the Chin Casmary ones. Ooh. Yeah, that's rough. Honestly, most flowers kind of suck to get. 4 hours for Archon and 2.5 for Skirk. Shoo-wee! I still need to catch up on the Mondstadt Quest stuff. Did Thursday stream and Friday stream? Taking off for 4th of July. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I was wondering, because I was like, I think I saw you stream today. Even though I don't think today's a normal day. All right, we've got our top kind of painted here. Now I need to add a little more light to it. When I was little, gave my dad a Charizard sticker and he still wears it on his belt. Aww. Now we're doing it a little more red. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing because I'm painting it upright. LOL. I'm like painting the edges with this. And so when I paint the edges, I want to hold it up. Used to help us beat our video games when we were little. Aww. That's nice. My dad would never. That's because he's bad at video games. Don't tell him I said that. LOL. While I'm painting these edges and y'all can't see. Fun fact, I just finished watching Attack on Titan. I don't know if any of y'all have seen it. But I just finished it. And without spoilers, I finally figured out where Standing was going. Like in the last episode. I had ideas of where it was going, but in the last episode, I finally kind of figured out where it was going. My sunset sky is like too blood red. I don't know what's going on in my sky. Here, we got the rumbling going on. He played Pokemon, Zelda, and Star Fox. Dino Planet was we used to play with him. Aw. I hate when I'm painting a canvas and I can still see the white on the canvas when I'm done painting. Trying to like lighten up this sunset because it's just like dark right now. I just keep putting all the wrong, it's fine. This is really just the background. I was just going to go with like a sunset vibe. So it's not really all that important what color it is. But I was trying for more bright colors. Well, our background's just gonna be this weird blood mix. instead of the sunset I was going for. It's fine. It'll add to the like shock aesthetic that my girl here is rocking. It got really light there at the end. It's fine. Brimstone look, Picasso. I like it. It works. You think so? Forgot that y'all can see my face while I'm doing this. Before, when I did art streams way back, I literally just aimed the camera at the canvas the whole time. People couldn't see my face I was making as I was doing my artwork. I forgot y'all can. Y'all can. Can. All right. Well, that's essentially the background, I guess. Wow. Looks devastating. Looks devastating. Well, anyway, that's the furthest back on the picture. I think the next furthest back would be the hair. Although some of the hair, I'd imagine, goes in front of the skin here. Oh my gosh. Jade! Oh my gosh, y'all are here in the middle of me doing my weird, ugly art stream. Jade! Hi, Jade. Oh my gosh. Hold on. New stream today? Yeah. We're doing an art stream. It's not gonna be pretty art. Don't worry about it. It's not Genshin art either. Hi, Jade. Wait. Let's do a shout out. Can y'all like watching me type? Hi, Jade. Hi, everyone. Hold on. Let's do the other shout out so that we can do the one with Twitch drop down. How was your stream? It's not ugly. It's Picasso. Oh, my looks like my stream bot is asleep. Hold on. I just realized it did do the shout out for you, but it didn't put the message in the chat for the shout out. Have you been? I'm okay. This is actually, I'll switch off my art for a second. This is actually a sad stream. Just going through a breakup right now. So this is a sad stream. But let's switch back to the pain so y'all don't look at me. But 6 foot didn't do much. Aw. I'm sorry. It's okay. This is part of the processing part of the breakup. We're doing art. Wait, let me see where'd my chatbot go? Oh no, my chatbot is alive. I go, but it didn't actually do your full. Hold on, let's try again. Oh, it's because I did the wrong shout out command, didn't I? There we go. I was like, where's the Streamlabs one? But there we go. Oh, did you get any new CV50 pieces? Take care. Thanks. Doing my best. I'm here. We're all here. All right, my chatbot is live. I was doing the wrong shout out command. This is not anyone that came here from Jade's stream, by the way. This is not going to be beautiful art. It's going to be me heartfelt art. So if you're here for beautiful art, take it for what it is. Been through toxic relationships. Rather use the time to work on myself. Understand breakups are not fun. Aw, yeah. I didn't know that, Alfred. I'm sorry. Gotta go because I'm sick. Get better, Jade. Yeah, anyone that came here from Jade's stream, by the way, take care of yourselves. This is a form of me taking care of myself, doing this artwork. Usually we're here doing Genshin, but take care of yourself, whatever that means. Laying down in bed, drinking water, eating, washing your face, you know, whatever it is. So, y'all gotta run. Run. Don't worry about it. If you're sticking around, this is what we're doing. At least it's 10:30. Probably not for much longer. I might actually switch to Genshin here in a bit. We'll do more. Maybe do more painting later, or I'll do this off stream. Been single for 3 years, and I say self-love is the best way for healing. Yes. You're so right. You're so right. A lot of my friends have been telling me, like, you'll find someone, and, like, don't get me wrong, I do wholly believe that. However, like, at the end of the day, the most important thing for me, and the thing that I believe, is that, like, I'm good alone. You know, like, I'm good with me, and that's what's important. If I don't end up with anyone, it doesn't matter because I'm with me, you know? So, there you go. So take care of yourself. Thanks, Jade. Doing my darndest, y'all. We'll, let's see how dry this is now. I might. I don't have a separate paint drying, really don't have a separate paint drying napkin. I just use the napkin that I'm putting the canvas on. Bye, Jade. Take care. Self-love is important. True. I mean, ultimately, that is what the breakup was kind of about. Yeah, if y'all were here, like, hearing me say it, like, there was, like, a misalignment of values, and I probably could have faked it the rest of my life and stayed with him. But one, it was kind of hard because I really, really did love, like, it was hard to put on the mask in front of him because I wanted to be so myself with him. So that made it really hard to wear the mask in the first place. But, like, at the end of the day, I feel like I could have done it forever. But that wouldn't have been good for me, you know? Like, that wouldn't have been in taking care of myself. That wouldn't have been loving myself. That would have been, like, just, like, passively floating through life as someone that's not me. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be about that, you know? So, do I paint anything else today? Do I leave it at that? What to do, baby boo? If you can't be yourself, it's not worth it. Yeah. I mean, Iron Hands. I didn't even know they had those Pokemon in Pokemon community game. Yeah, that's such an important thing. And, like, if you all are here for me saying it, something I've struggled with a lot of my life because I have spent so much time going back to, like, I would say at least high school. I remember thinking about this, of thinking how different I am from other people. And that's not a bad thing in and of itself, but it makes it hard to be around other people because it's, I don't know how to say, like, it's, you're not surrounded by yourself. Or like for me, I wasn't surrounded by like myself, my values, what I care about and stuff. And what I've done like all my life is just like masked up and faked it. Like I wanted to fake it till I made it. Just pretend until I really was. And that's not really how it works, you know? So, person would love you for all of you, including any troubles if you find the right person. Yeah. Um, the sad thing, one of the sad things is this relationship taught me that like love isn't really enough because like at the end of the day, I really did love him and he really did love me, but when our values didn't line up, like I said, I could have spent my whole life just like faking it, just being there, masking up, and, you know, loving him and then acting on that, but like not following true to myself and my values and like being internally like miserable because I wasn't living my whole purposeful, meaningful life of Veronica, like of me. And so in this breakup, it's like about taking care of myself. It's about like taking care of me. Um, and going somewhere that's going to align with my values, whether that's by myself, like I am right now, you know, or someday, theoretically, hopefully, with the person that I love that's on this similar journey as me, like lining up in these core values that make me and them, you know. At the end of the day, he and I were just like going on different paths, and I could have forced myself down his path, but it wouldn't have been mine, and I wouldn't have been happy, you know. Like ultimately, I wouldn't have been happy. Self-care comes first, and self-value is important. Yeah. All right, let's see how dry this bad boy is doing. I think that first layer is kind of dry. I might actually touch up this background just to give it a little more color that's not so bleh. Which the black kind of makes sense, though, for what this represents. But throw some more colors. I have all this paint I poured out. Add a little more red. Now my background just looks like blood red. Oh, y'all can't see the red that I just painted down, but just like a blood red background. We're just gonna be a blood red background, I guess. I want to throw some like purples in there, but then my hair is gonna be purple, so maybe not. I hope you all are valuing yourselves wherever you are in your life. Part of talking about that is like part of coming out of this for me is a lot of like recognizing that like in our lives we control all our choices and actions, right? Like we choose our values, we choose our actions and how those match with our values. Like we can choose anything. You know, I chose to stream today. Like that was a choice I made. Now, we don't always get to choose the outcomes of things, like anything that's outside of our controls, outside of our control, but like our choices are our own. Who we want to be is our own. And so like in spending a lot of time feeling different than others and then like faking it till I make it, like I was making all these choices that didn't align with me. And like, why? I didn't need to do that, you know? But for me, the truth of that was my life would be so much easier if I was normal, or more normal, if you will, like lined up with all these things that align with the majority of people, right? Um, but in my core, I don't. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't line up with that I would say are the norm. And I don't think in and of itself that's a bad thing, but I do think that having these values that differ from the norm, it makes it harder in the sense that, like, it's a lonelier path. It's tougher to do that because there are less people on that path, right? So it's tougher to do that. Whereas I feel like if I chose these values that were easier to have, it'd be easier time. But at the end of the day, like, I choose my values, and I know I'm choosing ones that are like harder on me, but they're right for me, you know? I guess in talking about that, like, one of like an easy example of what that could look like is when you go to the store and they have those like take a penny, leave a penny, and like you could literally take all of them or none of them. Well, there's a cashier watching you, but like imagine you went somewhere and you come across like a bowl of money, and it said like something along the lines of like, take what you need. And let's say maybe food is a better concept because that's easier to understand. Let's say I'm on like an island full of people that are starving, and I come across a bowl that says take what you need. Like, I could take it all for myself. We're all starving out here. But like, if all I need at the time is like one piece of the fruit that's in that bowl or something, I feel like that would be the right thing for me to do as someone that cares about doing the right thing. But the easier thing to do would be to take all of it and hoard it for myself, right? That's not the actual values I'm sitting on, but like that's an example of like where the easier path isn't the one I would take, you know? I think a better value-based one that I could give you all is like religion. I'll tell you all, I'm not religious, and that's an active choice of mine based on my past and experiences. But in today's society, I feel like the easier thing to do would be to be religious. It's such an ingrained thing in a lot of people and in a lot of society and cultures and communities, that with where I am, like literally physically located, it would be easier to be religious because there's just so much support there. But I'm actively choosing not to do that for my own personal reasons. Like, there is a reason I choose to do that. But it in a sense, it makes my life harder because I'm choosing the path that's not as traveled, right? Not as taken. And so there's less support for that. That one's an actual value that I have that I can talk about, but there's no such thing as normal. Normal is just a concept made by society. In this sense, I'm saying normal as like what is more popular. At the end of the day, no one is normal, but there is what I would call the norm. Something that is actually outside of anyone's control is like your race or the color of your skin. And that's actually a really good example of one that we have no control over, but does actually affect things, and you'll see it places, right? Unfortunately, I wish that wasn't the case, but especially if we go back in time to like say the 60s or something, right? People with darker skin, darker complexions, had a lot tougher time that's not really value based. It's a bit, the color of their skin was not because they valued it. It's just because that's how they were born. But that's like another example of the norm was paler skins, right? Whiter skin tones. And that was the norm, right? And inherently it was easier to have that life. Now we're talking about values now. So we're not talking about things that you're just born with and like now we're talking about like values that you choose to have, but still in that same sense, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Society norms are silly. It's okay not to be part of the crowd. Just be yourself. That's what's good for you. At the end of the day, I am gonna work on choosing myself more often here. But I guess going back to my point is in the way that everything is, typically it's going to be easier to be normal, if you will. Just because of how much support there is in being that. If I start delving into some of my values, you all might understand what I mean. But anyway. Yes, at the end of the day, you should be taking care of yourself and who you are. I just really made this more like blood red. Is really all I did here. So my background is just going to be like this weird blood red color. I feel like I got all these colors, but then some of them might be just too bright. This orange is kind of nice, but all it's kind of doing is just brightening it up, which is not exactly what I was trying to do either. All right, I want to do a little more darker colors up top versus what I'm doing right now. Don't have to talk about values you're uncomfortable. Just enjoyed chilling with you. That's not a big deal. I especially now I'm like more assured in what my values are and like I'm willing to talk about them. Like I said, I do feel like I have a lot of values that are not the norm. And that makes it harder in the sense that I think it can be tougher to talk about in the sense that I think less people will understand it. Simply because it's just not what other people think or feel, you know? I would say it's going to be typically easier to understand and connect with values that you already have. Right? All right, let's do more of a purpley vibe. Doesn't mean I won't talk about them. Today, I'm literally just going to end stream with the paint stream with me painting this like background. That's literally going to be the end of this. I didn't even use all the paint I pulled out. Oh, well. It's really the detailed finer parts of the paintings that I'm more interested in, but they're also tougher to do. So we'll see what happens here. Swirling a little more of the red and the purples. All right. Well, we got as far as painting the background today. I think the next step will be the hair. But apparently this stream was a lot of just talking instead of painting. So there she is for now. Maddie! Up to my big Wailord, and why is he speedy? Whoa, he is so fast. What the crap? Okay, I'm Maddie. So, still planning to play Genshin. Look forward to some story. Oh, I will definitely not be hitting any story today, unfortunately. Probably, maybe Sunday. Maybe Sunday. That way I don't overtop. I think you do a Saturday stream. Would be nice to watch a little. So we were talking about the Pokemon and like how I don't have them all as choices. And so I was like, well, let me see if there's more uploaded now. And there wasn't for the original artist that I was picking from, but there was a new set of the Mons and stuff made by someone else. So I got rid of all the old ones and took the new ones. And yep. Yours is still, I think, the largest. The reason we were actually testing this was the biggest Pokemon is not Wailord. The biggest Pokemon is Eternatus. And so y'all missed it, but I was playing with it. I chose Eternatus. Wailord jump is gone. Is it? What does it do when you jump now? I didn't even look. Does it not open it? Oh, you're right. It doesn't open its mouth. What the crap? They are like weirdly speedy. I don't know what's happening. Should I just bring your Wailord back? Like specifically your Wailord. Hold on. Let me show y'all what I was talking about. So this is actually, I'll switch mine. My special boy. So this is the largest Pokemon now, Eternatus. And actually in this form, it's like 20, or sorry, it's like 65 feet. But look at it, it's still smaller than the Wailord thing. And then this is actually its largest form. I just switched to it, which is like 326 feet or something. And it's like still not even larger than the Wailord. But anyway, I digress. It also, I see the Rayquaza there. It also changed Rayquaza. Not as big either, I think. Yeah, the Rayquaza is also smaller. I just had your Wailord as an option. Name it like Maddie's Wailord. Yeah, might be. I was excited because this one has like the shiny forms of the Pokemon and stuff. But yeah. Wouldn't be opposed. I'll have to go find it and re-download it to this. Okay. Let's switch to Genshin. I'm gonna let this dry. Maybe I'll get back to this on stream, or maybe I'll do it off stream. Who knows? Let's switch to Genshin a little bit. Here's my face. Let me turn on Genshin. I have a whole meme dedicated to that now. It's true. Can't just be gone. Should I just make my like should I just animate your Wailord to change into my emote when you jump? Oh my gosh. You hit the jump command, and instead of the Wailord jumping like it does now, it just turns into me. Stupid. I will accept that. I like my original idea better. Alright, hold on. Let's switch stream over to Genshin. Oh wait, let's finish this emotional, vulnerable stream real quick. So in reflecting on my breakup and like reflecting on that, I wrote this journal entry. Ain't no way she actually got it. I wrote this journal entry. Mega Shiny Rayquaza now. Do love Mega Shiny Rayquaza. This is my journal. It has some really sad stuff in it. We'll just like flip through it vaguely. It doesn't have a lot because I haven't written a lot in it. But like this is from back when I was in my bad relationship. Like my abusive one. Because I was forgetting things and I just needed to write things down. Because I was forgetting them. It was really bad. And then post that. Geez, I wrote a lot. Post that. I have this one page called Necessary in Partner because my therapist told me to write down like all my necessary things in partner. And then I haven't written into this since then. But then yesterday I wrote this journal entry in here called A Letter to the Future That Will Not Be. Because in part of my going through this breakup, like I said earlier, I've spent a lot of time like feeling it, taking time to like mourn the relationship, be sad, you know, cry, scream, yell, as well as like I've also spent time talking to people, spending time being like pragmatic and realistic, spent time also just like dreaming of the actual future that I'm gonna have. But I have this journal entry written because part of my mourning is like mourning the relationship, you know, mourning the loss of a friend. But then like one of the toughest things that I'm working on mourning is like mourning the future, because like I said, I thought I was going to marry him and I had all these future plans that aren't going to happen now, right? And so I have this journal entry and I'm going to share it with you all. It does get a little vulnerable and personal. So if you all don't want any of that, close your ears now. But I don't think it says too much that gives too much weird stuff away, but it's just very vulnerable. I hope I don't cry, but figured I would share it with you all. I actually brought my journal to work and was going to share it with my work mom, and then I was like, you know what? That's okay. I think she would have been fine. I was just like busy working. So I was like, eh. Okay, y'all, buckle up. Oh, what did I miss? You love him. Retained a shiny Rayquaza a long time ago. Turned him into a Mega Evolution in an old game. He's my Switch on Pokemon Sword now. Nice. Love Mega Rayquaza. I don't know if I've ever had one. Like a shiny Mega Rayquaza. I do have a shiny Rayquaza in Pokemon Go. I think I traded Maddie for that. I feel like. Question mark. But I actually don't have the Mega in Pokemon Go right now. Alright. Buckle up, y'all. About to be real emotional. Probably have like 12. That would make sense. Yeah, I think we must have traded shiny Rayquazas or something. All right, y'all. Buckle up. I wrote this yesterday. A letter to the future that will not be. If I cry, don't worry about it. I think I'm in a good place now. I'm so bizarre and like in the bizarre. Unique? Maybe I'm not unique. Maybe other people do this too, but like in my waves and cycles of going through grief, I spin through like everything a million times. And I hit lots of like good points where I'm like solid because I've gotten to a point where I accept things. And then I'll spiral a little bit after that. But like right now I feel like I don't know if I'm done grieving, to be clear. Because acceptance part of grief is supposed to be like the end, right? Because you've accepted it. But I feel like I'm at an acceptance point where, you know, I know what I went through. I had to. Right. Like I said, I wasn't gonna wear the mask forever. That would not have been good for me. And, you know, part of me feels like it's unfortunate that I couldn't have found that right away. Obviously, everyone wants to say that. You know, hindsight's 2020. Like, if you knew things right away, it'd be awesome. But, you know, you go through things so you learn things. So, all right, buckle up. A letter to the future that will not be. Dear future I thought was mine, I loved you so deeply. I saw you clearly, a home filled with laughter, smells from a smoker out back, our guinea pigs and rats sharing space while we shared our lives. A giant kitchen just for him, a fenced yard for the dog we hadn't picked yet, and a space for a garden that would grow what we'd eat together. We were going to have a game room, Pokemon Go every weekend, pictures on our camera roll of goofy moments and travel selfies and quiet moments that weren't meant to be rare. I thought I'd spend holidays with his family and he'd come with me to mine. Our weekends weren't just filled, they were spoken for. I thought we were fleshing out trip ideas, not fleshing out the fact that we wanted different lives. I thought we were building a life we could grow into. But I see now we were growing in opposite directions. I was moving toward intention. He didn't want that kind of life. And I can't make someone want depth. I can't carry both our values. This weekend, at that all-inclusive wedding, the vision shattered. I saw it in real time. Not in a single fight, but in the realization that the life I wanted to build wasn't what wanted by him. I saw how normalized... Oh, sorry, we're about to hit some values here. I saw how normalized drinking was in his world, how ingrained the culture was, how far away we were from the kind of alignment I'd been craving. It broke my heart, not because I didn't love him, because I did, but because I saw the truth, that love, even when it's deep, can't build a shared future if it's not going the same direction. So I'm saying goodbye to the kitchen I was going to build for him, the game room I wanted to share, the ring my father kept asking about, the dog we never named, the trips we never took, the pictures that won't fill my phone, the weekends I thought were safe, the comfort of my person, my best friend. I miss you all, I love you all, but I'm letting go. Not because you weren't worth dreaming, but because I'm worth waking for. This pain I feel now is sacred. It means I loved fully. It means I had the courage to hope. And now I will have the courage to rebuild. To the future I thought was mine. Thank you for being so beautiful, even if you were brief. I'll carry your memory with grace, but I'm turning the page now. Love always, Veronica. So, there y'all go. I didn't cry. Teared up a little bit. I didn't cry. I'm hitting a little bit of like a pragmatic phase of my sadness where, you know, I'm like being very real with myself on like, you know, recognizing that that's not where I was gonna be for the rest of my life, you know. And thankfully it's a lot better and easier to do that in this relationship than like when I was in the abusive one. Let me tell y'all, when I got out of the abusive one, I was so stuck in that abuse that I was just thinking I was wrong all the time still. I went down some pretty bad avenues post that relationship, frankly. But with this, I don't think I'm going to have that. In fact, with this, I think I'm going to be going toward a better path, which, to be clear, when I got out of the abusive relationship, I was going down a better path just by getting out of that. But like, I think this one was more lessons that I'm going to be to take away right now and feel more secure in myself right away versus I had to rebuild a lot post that relationship. So there y'all go. There's my little goodbye letter. Y'all saw some snippets of my values in there. Oops. I mean, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine with you all knowing them, obviously. It's just, you know, I don't think we've talked about them on stream. So, there y'all go. Well, Maddie's here now. I don't know if I said this, Maddie, but I was saying earlier how I was messaging one of my friends yesterday where I was like, and I told you this. I had a call with Maddie yesterday, and I was telling her this, but how I was messaging that friend, and I was like, I don't know if I feel like I'm ready to make my relation or my dating app profile again because I am trying to fill a hole, or because I'm just so assured of myself now. Maddie was like, no. Because yesterday I was telling my friend, like, or was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I was telling my friend, I might go home and just update the profile and put it out there if I'm feeling ready for it. You take some time, yeah. I did. Okay, so I did actually go in the app again. So I think you missed me saying this. I did actually go in the app again, to look at what my profile was like before. Because, well, I wanted to see if my actual values, like what I put in the profile, would change till now. Of course, pictures are old, right? That was a year ago or whatever. But beyond just the pictures, like what actually appeared in my profile, like prompts and stuff. And what's funny in analyzing the end of this relationship, I was like, how did I miss this misalignment in values like this whole time up until the end here? And so you all probably heard it there. A little bit of it, part of it is drinking being a thing. Specifically, just to be like super clear with you all, like drinking culture is like not my thing. And in recognizing that, like I want to be with someone that is in that same boat, because drinking culture is a very prevalent thing, and it's like it's something that I need someone to walk beside me on, if that makes sense. Like, there's lots of things that you can value that someone doesn't have to, like the fact that I like Genshin is a value of mine, right? Like I like Genshin, I play Genshin. My future partner does not have to give two poops about Genshin. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something I need someone to walk beside me on. But the drinking culture thing is one that I now know. And so looking back at my profile said drinking sometimes. I have corrected that to no now entirely, to hopefully avoid that. But the actual deeper thing that kind of broke everything and shattered everything for me was living life like intentionally, with like intentionality. I was talking about this a little bit earlier, like knowing why you make the choices you make. And maybe this is so important to me because in the past I've lived my life making lots of choices that I wasn't really making for me, and making more because I felt like I had to. It was the thing I had to do. It was a thing to be normal, And so now I'm trying to live my life with a lot more intentionality of like, why do I like this movie? And recognizing why that is, and if I actually value that, right? My favorite movie is Tangled, and I'm okay with that. I can tell you all the reasons about why I've examined that one throughout as long as I've had it as my favorite movie. So I'm completely aware of why that's my favorite movie and why I'm not going to give that up, because I do love it, right? But I think there have been a lot of things in the past that I have done without truly valuing them. And so I think that's why that intentionality is so important to me. I recognize that won't be something for everyone. Like not everyone needs that intentionality, but for me, I do. It's important to me. And so, he wasn't really interested in that intentionality and like all the choices we make in life. Don't get me wrong, like he cared about major things, but to me, like even the little things in my life are choices I make, so they matter, Like I said, Genshin is like a little choice. Like I don't have to play Genshin, but I do choose to do it, and I do it purposefully. Like I guess to say I actively recognize why I like it, why I choose to play it, if that makes any sense. Maybe an easier example is like music. Like I'm trying to be more critical about the music I'm listening to because I can listen to anything. I choose that, right? So I don't want to listen to things that don't align with my values, There's a song out there about putting women down. Like, I don't have to listen to that. It doesn't matter what it sounds like. I don't have to, right? So, anyway. And, I went back to my profile to be like, does it mention that at all? And I went over my journal entry with him on like partner values, and it does kind of show up in there a little bit. It's not very clear. I've actually written it very clearly in there now, like intentionality. But I realized that my profile did actually have it in there before. In different words. What did it say? I probably have it written somewhere. What it had say. It was like a voice prompt. I said it out loud, so I can't replay it because I have deleted that old one and tweaked it to be more precise. But it did actually say something about that intentionality, I guess. And so I'm like very sad that we didn't discuss that further back then. But you know what? It's fine. I have actually tweaked all the prompts in that profile. I have not turned the profile on. But I did tweak everything to be like more clear and intentional about my values on it. So there y'all go. There's my long and spiel on dating app. It's not active though, in case you all were wondering. Cherish the time you did enjoy with them. At the same time, do what makes you happy for yourself. Yeah. I actually just like... I was like, what the crap? Did I accidentally give someone access to my Spotify? Because I thought Lizzo was about to start playing. I'm dead. My Spotify just starts playing. Thought you were done. Oh, no, I was just reading Alfred's stuff there. I was done. Oh my gosh. I was really trying to wait. I'm screaming. Wait, I missed all of Alfred's stuff. Yeah, today I actually went through and essentially archived all of our pictures together. If you all heard the journal parts where I mentioned camera roll, I'm realizing that a lot of my pictures in like the months we've been together are mostly like us together. I'm like, oh, or like him picture me because you take pictures of things you see. So a lot of the pictures I have were pictures of him or us, like we do a selfie. But so I archived those today. Because looking at them, like, it's not like I needed to delete them. It's not like they're like a huge pain point. However, to take care of myself, I didn't really want them to be the first thing I see in my camera when I open my phone gallery. I did kind of archive them away. But I obviously am happy about the good times we had. Like, don't get me wrong. I was telling Maddie, like, I just want to forget, I think, is what I told her. And she was like, no, you don't need to do that. Like, the good times are good. And actually, when I told her that, the specific thing I meant was, I really wanted to forget, like, all the literal last, like, moment bad things. Because I kid you all not. The trip we just went on, I was miserable. I hated it. For that drinking culture aspect. I was telling Maddie, I'm not built for these all-inclusive resorts where the point is to just get drunk all the time. Which Maddie and I talked about it. You don't have to do that. But being surrounded by that value and all of these people there, I was miserable. I wanted to go home the first day so bad. Anyway, forgot why I was saying that. Oh, so I just wanted to get rid of all those horrible things at the end there. But don't get me wrong, we have lots of good memories. That I'm not trying to throw them away. They happened. Even those bad ones happened. It's just, day one, I was like, all right, sorry, catching back up. I'm dead. I forget that I even have the bit sounds activated until someone uses them. What else did I miss? Not a big drinker. Can't have alcohol with my meds, so I understand not being big on alcohol. I feel that too. I feel like there's a lot of people on meds, and I'm like, be careful what you consume with your meds, friendos. There are some combinations that will mess you up, and not in the way that people want. Just take small occasional drinks. Most of the time, stay away from alcohol. I'm now living a completely sober life and not drinking alcohol at all. Just to be clear. With where I am on my personal living, it's funny because my friend that I was messaging before the breakup, I was telling her about I was messaging her while I was on a trip, and I was like, I'm kind of miserable. This is not for me. And she was like, well, you'll need to talk to my ex, about it. And I was just talking about how I couldn't stand it. And again, looking at it now, ultimately, I don't care if people drink. At the end of the day, you're making your decisions for yourself, and that's fine. I've been around people. I've been at college parties. I didn't have to drink at them, and that's not the problem. The problem's not people are making me do anything, because they're not going to. I know in the past, like I said, I've felt like I needed to, but I'm assured to myself, people don't have to make me do those things, right? But so it's not a problem of people drinking, but at the end of the day, it's I want a partner that's on my journey with me in that aspect, right? So anyway, but my friend that was talking to me was like, well, what if he just likes the taste and it's not about the culture? Essentially, is essentially what she was saying. And I had to stop and think about it. And at the end of the day, I was like, I guess that makes sense. Treat it like soda. You don't want people to drink too much soda because it's bad for your health, but people will enjoy the taste of it, But when we sat down and had the conversation, it's deeper than that. He actually did like that culture, and that was a thing for him. And then, like I said, there's more problems there with the intentionality thing being something that's important to me. But yeah, there's that for y'all. Re-examining myself in the future if I'm with a partner who wants to do whiskey tastings or something because they like the taste of whiskey. I think I've come to the conclusion I'd be okay with that. But I still feel like who I'm going to end up with is going to be on a similar journey path with me. Well, we'll see what the future holds. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting so behind in chat. I think I just missed a Pokemon. Okay. I have a fear about getting drunk. The idea scares me. Really? What are you scared of, Alfred? I can divulge with you. The one time Maddie was there for this. My 22nd birthday. I pushed the limits of what I could do to see what would happen. And I saw what would happen. And I gotta be honest with you all, I hated it. if I hated the precepts to that, like I've been talking about, like even drinking in the first place, I absolutely detested what happened to me. Sorry about that. Oh, you're fine. That was a learning experience. I'm not like mad about it or anything. But I'll be very honest with you all now. My post going too far was bad. It was every possible symptom was there. I mean, I wasn't so drunk like I went to the hospital, but like just like every like hangovers, like every post drinking symptom you could have, I had it. That would, whatever they are, name them all, whatever they are, I had them. I got sick, like ran to the bathroom, got sick, felt not crazy nausea, other tummy troubles. What else? Headache, of course. Depression. That's just an alcohol symptom for me, period. But like anything you can think of. Like I bet if you looked up a list of all the things, I had them all. So, okay, catching back up. I missed. Oh, I did try to catch the deli bird. That scares me, getting drunk, because it alters the state of mind. Honestly, you know, in examining like my feelings, and
I guess I ripped my pants again.
ain't no way. Why are there so many SpongeBob ones? I'm screaming. I still, to this day, especially the ones that aren't the uwu that I have in the whatever, in the redeems, startled because I'm not expecting them. Did I rip my pants? I wouldn't be surprised if I had ripped my pants too. Post that. Picture getting drunk would be like a scary nightmare trip. That's fair. In terms of mind state, didn't rip, but something else. Okay, I knew you knew, and I wasn't sure. Yeah, it was bad, y'all. It was bad. It was bad. In terms of mental state, I think that the state you go into when you go into drinking affects your mental state and how the alcohol affects your mental state. So the night that I drank too much, I was just a big giggly mess. I think in some alternate scenario, if I was drinking when I was sad, it would probably be a different scenario. But yeah, I didn't get blackout drunk. I know that's a thing too. And I feel you on that. That freaks me out. The idea of that freaks me out. But Alfred, to your point, the altering the state of mind is kind of part of.
You touch my tra-la-la and my ding-ding-dong.
Why did it sound like that? Now, okay, wait, hold on. We have to take a side tangent to talk about that soundbite and Maddie. And something Maddie was there for. A long time ago, we were in marching band. Once upon a time, we were in marching band. And I think we were doing like warm-up stuff for the day. And I think Maddie had her phone in the music player to play music for us to warm up to. And so I think some normal song was playing. And then that song came on where that soundbite's from. The soundbite sounded weird, but it's like, ooh, you touch my tra-la-la. Ooh, my ding-ding-dong. And our band director, let me tell you, the first thing kicks on, like, ooh, you touch my tra-la-la. And he's like walking to go to the music player, like, what is happening? And then it goes, ooh, my ding-ding-dong. And he's like running to go stop whatever is happening. Couldn't find the original. Makes sense. They probably, you know, this soundbite thing probably has all the knockoffs. But anyway, he goes running to stop it. Because what is playing right now? But there y'all go. Oh, we got sidetracked from my original story. Oh, You're talking about mind state. Yeah, that's kind of a big thing for me in terms of alcohol too. Like the idea of having your mind state altered, because I think it's so important for me. Nagel never cared, so I forgot. Yeah, that was with, we had 2 band directors in my time in high school, and Maddie too. And our the first band director was like super lackadaisical, like cool, chill about anything. And our next band director was, what's a good word? More militant, more rigid, I guess. Maybe it was the way to put it. And yeah, Mr. Nagel was our first one. Definitely would not have cared about that song. Type A, yeah. More. So yeah. The song is kind of funky donkey. So I mean I don't blame him, but also hilarious for him to be running out there like, what is happening? But that mental state thing is a big thing for me, and I guess it kind of goes back to that living with intentionality kind of thing for me. Like I'm the one making my choices. I want to be in control of those choices. So there's no reason for me to use these, for me to like allow alcohol to affect that, if that makes any sense. It's a good tempo song to march to. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, honestly, like it's kind of weird, but like the like pacing and stuff is like great marching tempo. So there you go, Alfred. There's me talking about that. But for me personally, it's important for me to maintain that control of like being me, I guess. You know, there's all these horror stories of people not being themselves when they're under the influence, and I don't like that idea. Like, it's important for me to not. And I know I've just told you all like how I've faltered many times and not been true to myself. I mean, I guess I was intentionally not being true to myself in those times, though, is the thing. That kind of autonomy of decision is important to me. But, all right, I didn't even start Genshin up. Let me start Genshin up so we can get in there. But, hey, I didn't cry on stream on my emotional, vulnerable stream. So, there's that. Ooh, excuse me. Goodness. I'm actually going to change the stream name for my phone. Hold on. Still time to cry? Stop it, Allie. Don't you dare make me cry. I could. Y'all wanted to see me cry. I can make myself cry. Look out. Don't tempt me. How do I change the stream title from my phone? Hold on. I used to do this. Oh, there it is. Found it. All right, there we go. We updated it. Okay, what did I miss? Getting a bit sleepy. It's 11:23. I've not gotten a good sleep for a while. Oh, Fred. Yeah, that's me, actually. I meant to sleep so early today. That's why I'm going to rush through this Genshin stuff, frankly. Which is why I'm not doing any story right now. Don't cry, because I will cry. Look out. I'll do it. I could make myself cry. It's very easy right now since I'm so in such a emotional state. Just have Greta tell you to run laps or remind you about your driver's test. All right, y'all. We got 2 more stories here. 2 more stories here. More marching band stories. I think we were marching a set. So in marching band, you know, if you all have seen a marching band performance, marching band's out in the field playing their instruments and like marching, forming shapes on the field for the performance and stuff. And I think we were practicing our show. So we're out there marching sets, like segments of the show. And I think I messed something up. I think I like made a mistake. And so our teacher yelled at me to go run laps because I messed up. And I think I started crying because I messed up. And I was very sad that I messed up. Because I feel like we were all working really hard on this. And like I think I hadn't messed up once until like try 9 where, you know, where I messed up. And I guess I was just so frustrated and embarrassed and sad and yeah. So there y'all go. There's one. And then oh my gosh. I can't even remember the specifics on that. The driver's test one. I just remember I think we were supposed to have a practice one day, and the previous week I took my driver's test, and I messed up the test, so I had to retake it. And the retake day was like, I don't know, some day that we were gonna practice or something. I had to leave practice earlier. That's right. I had to leave early because of that, and he said something snarky, making fun of me for it, and I think I started crying. I was so embarrassed. Yeah, when he yelled at me to run laps, I was like, okay, taking off my saxophone to go run the laps. And he was like, no, just kidding. Anyway, there you go. Not Canadian Ether. Trying to join my world. Yeah. So there y'all go. Move. Belly bolt. Bolt. I don't know what he says, but when I see him, I just think he says bolt. Oops. I meant to claim this too. Dang, Maddie's out here with the Ultra Ball. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, I'm about to fill up. What do I do with my resin today, y'all? I don't know what I'm trying to do with my resin. I think I need to finish a couple more weekly boss fights. I might do that. Is there anything I need to spend condensed resin on today? I don't know. We'll figure it out after I do the stuff. Eat it! Eat it! Wait, did I say something about food? Now I'm hungry. Gonna go to bed because I work tomorrow. Yeah. Good night, Maddie. Oh my gosh. Talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, Maddie and I might do a stream tomorrow evening. We'll see. My tummy go. Eat the resin. Eat the resin! Not the resin. Dang. Yeah, I need to go to bed too. Not because I work tomorrow. But, what is this? Ooh, a new web event. I'm clicking it. What is this one? Oh, wait. This isn't a new one. We've had this. Oh, y'all can't see it. We've already had this one. Hello. I've traveled through the land of Teyvat for a total of 1,715 days. You awoke on 9/27/2020. First day of the game. They spell met right? That doesn't look like a word. No, you spelled it right. Melted delta. Why are you farting? What did you come up in your fart for? Okay, I have done this event. Why is it pretending like I haven't done this event? Okay, anyway. I know y'all couldn't see it, but I already done that event. Oh, and this one. I've done both of these. If y'all haven't supported me in this, go in the... Ain't no way. Go in the Discord and support me in that. Alright, anyway. Not the fart! She's out here farting! She out here farting. Y'all stop her. Oh, what am I doing? Weekly boss fights. I don't know which boss fight I stopped on. I think I stopped on the Fontaine ones. I need to do this too. So let's go do the Narwhal. And then I need to do the Natlin one and then that newest Mondstadt one. Y'all see my friendship with Skirk and Dahlia. Oh, that's right. I haven't streamed since they came out, but here's Skirk and Dahlia. Dahlia, I need to finish some more boss fights for him. But then he'll be done. I guess I could finish her leveling, but I'm going to wait until Dahlia's done. But they're friendship 5 each. Yay! Skirk is pretty dang powerful. I really want her weapon, but I have no wishes, so not getting her weapon.
Count me in.
Who do I like running alongside Navia? I can't remember. I actually can't remember.
All right, after you.
We're gonna run Shalonen though. I guess. Time to go in credit card debt for the weapon. No! Don't tempt me. I'll do it. I want to. Oh, I think I've been running, what's her name? When I've been doing this boss fight. Escoffier as a shielder. I hate when it does this one instead of the one where it dives in the middle. I think it's just harder for me to defeat it. I can usually defeat it in one cycle if I run the right people. I should have ran Mawika, probably. That big burst. Surprise baptism. I actually haven't done the story with Dahlia yet. Very unfortunate.
Hey there! Hear the echoes of the valley. Bring it. Our one protect you. This should be fun. Hey there! Watch out!
Ooh.
Attack! That's the way. Watch out! Planning brave names echo. West wind
All right, good enough. We made it through. I had to make sure Allie wasn't trying to make me go into credit card debt. Anything on Steam Summer Sale you're gonna get? Okay, I've been looking at the Oblivion remaster. I'm not gonna lie, but also I haven't been looking that hard. I gotta be real. I'm not trying to spend money. Oh, hold on. Let's go talk to Charlotte. I have so many games. I need to play all the games I have. And then I keep getting distracted and seeing like these sales and I'm like, but I could. But I shouldn't. Play what I have at me. Oh, Charlotte's not voiced. Woo! Crown me for a month, dang girlfriend. I didn't realize how young Charlotte was. Like living at home with her parents. But you don't have to be that young to live at home with your parents. Just feels like Genshin. You might not in this world live with your parents. Although then again, you only see so many dang houses in the cities. Whole spreadsheet of games I have and need to play. Games I don't have but look interesting. Oh my gosh. I should do that. I should honestly do that because I have so many. And I could prioritize them. That'd actually be smart. So I could like kind of prioritize them. Put them in an order that matters. Dang, she's out here cooking. Spitting. On fire.
Any place.
Really helpful. I should do that. Excuse me. Maybe I will. You can kind of track stuff on the games too. Like which ones I've done and what I haven't done and all that jazz.
Bow to the abyss, or be destroyed.
Rev the engine. Hear the echoes of the valley. Try and stop me.
Wasn't expecting this.
Light of the blazing
Almost killed Skirk.
Try and stop. Bring it. West wind, carrot, but the mountain flames boil. Pyroclastic surge.
Will fall like rain.
Really excited for when Drywall Eating Simulator comes out. Ain't no way, girlfriend. Ain't no way. Am I not hitting? Why am I not successfully landing attacks on this guy?
Letting great names echo.
Wait, all the drywall just you wait. Girlfriend ain't a no way. Oh, I messed that up because he's not there anymore. Oopsie doopsie.
It's
Girlfriend, if you don't break that, thank you.
Say it, the animal archive. Wrath from the sky.
Girl, don't be out there eating drywall. Is that like eating Tide Pods? At least eat, instead of the drywall, at least eat the insulation. It looks like cotton candy. Just a game. Girl, put you in jail. Drywall doesn't even look appetizing. At least pick something that looks appetizing.
Utensils at the ready.
Perhaps we could take a walk by a riverbank or somewhere similar.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Maybe the last boss fight here?
A little amuse bouche.
And then I'll do my dailies.
Let the mighty be humbled. Bow your head. An oversight on my part.
This is more like it.
A dash of frosting.
Settle down.
King and Queen should present a united front.
Carry me.
Let's have a ball.
The tides beckon.
No, I didn't mean to use his burst. Well, dang. A char cadet. Tired of your corporate job or coworkers and just start eating drywall, but don't get caught.
It had to be this form. A
Short and sweet comedic adventure simulator by eating drywall as a result of interacting with society.
Well done. But
True.
this
Oh,
isn't
we can't watch this. I forgot. True. True.
To the freezer.
Seen, heard, felt. It do be trying to make me. Society do be trying to make me eat drywall, you know.
Silence.
But why couldn't it be something that like looks yummy and edible, you know?
Try to remember the steps this time.
Another straw goes out.
Settle down. It is time to slay our foes with one almighty
This calls for some pomp and ceremony. Good lord, I was forgetting your mind.
Where were we?
Oh, this is all getting rather dreary.
Allow me, my darling.
A dash of frost.
Our performance has yet to conclude.
I dance for you, my dear. Bow your head. Be sanctified.
All right, let's finish this off.
Cannon fire.
Just
The curtain.
All right. Let's do a Dahlia boss fight to ascend him one more time. What if instead of drywall, bugs? Just imagine that. All the video games. Bugs. Yeah, just eats bugs. And then Dahlia starts eating in the background something that sounds like it's crunchy, like bugs. Ain't no way.
Let's stir things up. Into the void.
Settle down.
May the Archon protect you. Yeah.
Bow your head.
Oops. Two of the demos I played recently. You do eat bugs. What? He also plays a frog and the other a gecko. Oh. I see. Two different games. That's hilarious. I think I said that because there is literally a game called, what is it called? Eat Bugs. Literally something like that. Eat Bugs or something like that. And it looks like this cute little game where you're just eating cute little fake bugs or something. But it's actually like a weird dystopian horror game or something. I don't know. I just remember my boyfriend telling me, my ex telling me about it. LOL.
Ooh.
Trying to find a dirt eating simulator? Girlfriend. What you mean? Y'all, Allie out here trying it all. Just go get you that power wash simulator. Email people and tell them to make it. Girl, here's what you do. You go in your garden, right? And you dig a hole. And then you position yourself in that hole so that your head is sticking out a little bit. And then you can be a carrot in your garden. Power wash seems fun. Now, Dolly is out here eating bugs. I'm telling you. I turned away for a second and heard him crunching.
A little of mood food. Just animal Archon. Vicious.
Let the mighty be humble.
Like Stardew? I do. I've been thinking about Stardew a lot lately. Like, maybe I should play it again. And then I saw the one game that you told me to play. The other one. And I was like, I should play that. I have not got around to any of that. Womp womp. Alright, where's my dailies today? Where are my dailies today? There they are. Starhaven. Is that the one you told me to get? Something like that. Thinking about it the other day. I actually was gonna play it yesterday or something. I did not, but I thought about it. The release date. Have you heard of Grave Seasons? No! Grave Seasons? Oh my gosh. I nearly jumped off a cliff to my death.
Silence.
Anyway. There's a lot of Harvest Moon games or Story of Season games I've been looking at lately. Miss those. You know, I might go play one of those games. Miss those. Farming sim, but spooky. There's a killer in the town? Stop. That's kind of funny. Gotta go look that up. Oh my god. Well, we're fighting them today, I suppose.
May the Archon protect you. Let's stir things up. Start.
This quickly. This isn't good. Settle down. Looks like I finally made you find some quiet.
I feel like I actually have heard of that one. That idea sounds familiar. The fact that there's a killer in your excuse me, your little town. No release date yet though. Can't tell me these hype things and then what? There's actually, I just remembered there's a farming sim that I got that I like kickstarted a while ago and I still have not played it. It looks good. I just have not. I forget what that one's called. Coral Town or something like that. I need to play that one. Pretty highlighted by a lot of accounts. Dang. I be out of the loop. Coral Island. Yup. That's the one. I helped kickstart it because it looks good and I still have not played it. Like, what the heck did I get the game for if I wasn't gonna play? I'm dying. It's getting too hot in this room. Alright, I need to finish my last daily so I can go to bed. Or play Coral Island. Although that's on my computer and it's hot in here. Next stream is Coral Island. You think I should do that? That's a good idea. I should stream that. There's so many games I need to stream. I should do that. That'll be my next emotional, vulnerable stream.
Adaptive frosting. Let's stir things up. Annihilate.
Alright, let's turn these dailies in. I'm gonna download that game now. Hope it doesn't tank my stream to do that. I'm gonna download that while I'm thinking about it. I still haven't played Sunhaven. That's the one you told me to play. Still haven't played that either. I've had it downloaded since you told me about it. Blackened. My Steam library is not opening up. I'm trying to start downloading. Be nosy on your games list on Steam now. Good luck. There's probably a bunch of weird games on there. I literally have played like 1% of my Steam games.
Practice makes perfect.
Hold on, where's Coral Island? Oh, Blurg's not here, but separate note, I am not going to be able to get back into Resident Evil now because I wanted to play the co-op ones. And I don't have a co-op partner anymore. Since that was my ex, so I don't know where I'm gonna go with that. Alright, where's Coral Island? I do not see it. Where is it? Maybe I have my games broken out, separated.
Know of any new orchestral pieces? I like to swap out the background music in the kitchen once in a while. It's a great way to find new inspiration.
How come I cannot find it? This is alphabetized. Where is it? Oh. I don't have it on my Steam? What the heck? I definitely own the game. Now I gotta go back to the Kickstarter thing. Pause, y'all.
Even the most unassuming ingredients can produce astounding flavor.
All right, chill out.
Unlocking that potential.
Not Bejeweled 3. Listen, it was probably free or in a bundle, okay? Also, Bejeweled is probably the bomb. I've never played it. Bejeweled 3. Probably fun. Dang.
Do you hear that? There's a voice whispering on the wind. It says, some guy just took a stone to the head.
That's Benny. Where are my codes and stuff for this? Oh, I guess I just never downloaded my Coral Island keys. Here they all are. I actually have 3 keys for everything because I kickstarted this game.
Huh? Ooh.
All right, Dahlia, chill. All right, what's this Nervalet now? He was chomping. Chill, boy.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and
Oops, I
complex
totally missed. I was supposed to get a
flavor
founder's
that
statue and I never organized that. LOL. Whole 3 minutes on Gary's Month, yeah. Yep. Hardcore gamer here.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning
All right,
palate.
there we go. I
Mondstadt's
added it
water
to
is
my
crisp
Steam
and
library.
pure, while water
Oh my
from
gosh, it's
Liyue
past
has an
midnight. I did
enduring
not do my
aftertaste. In Inazuma,
what's it called
the water
for the
possesses
day.
a depth of flavor unlike any
Womp
other.
womp.
Sumeru's water, meanwhile,
My
has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully
Duolingo.
appreciate it.
LOL. My computer is being so slow right now. So, trying to download Coral Island. Not a good idea right now. I'll just do it when I'm done with stream. Alright. I'm here to turn my dailies in.
Add. Thank you for.
Alright. All done. Let's finish up here. For a second, I thought this music was in Genshin. I was like, wow, Genshin has some interesting music. No, it's me. I'm playing the music. All right. Let's switch over. Here's my painting so far. Yep, we did the background is all we did. And the background looks like killer deadly. Freaky. All right, well, you know, whatever. Art is as it goes. Yeah, let's we brought out this Girl Support Girls book. Let's use that for our closing affirmation today. But yeah, it's been an emotional time. So, you know, I'm in a bit of a place, but again, I'm 30 years old. I'm at the point where, like, you know, this all sucks. I cried, yelled, and screamed for a while, but like I'm going toward like where I need to be, right? And so that's a good thing. Oh yeah, let's see if any of our streamer friends are on right now. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Jess is on right now. She's playing Persona 5 The Phantom X, which I am very curious in. We may actually raid Jess to see that. Because I am quite curious about that game. Oh, she's got the be right back screen right now, but that's fine. We'll go over there because I do want to see that. Appreciate you being comfortable to be vulnerable on the stream with us. Oh, appreciate you being here. Appreciate everyone being here for all the little bits and pieces. I didn't cry, which is good. Yeah, I'm not gonna like pretend like I'm in the best place in my life right now, like emotionally, but you know, I know that the breakup had to happen for me to live the life that I'm supposed to live. So, you know, that's like a good thing in the grand scheme of things. Doesn't feel like the best right now. I kid you all not, I googled, is it really better to have loved than lost? Or love and lost uh than to have never loved at all. My heart was quite heavy and hurty for a while, but you know, we're here, surviving, and theoretically moving toward where I need to be. We all are, right? So let's do one of these bad boys. Do one of these bad boys. Oh, bad girls, big girls, girls support girls. All right, what we got? Here you go. This one is from Beyonce. The most alluring thing a woman can have is confidence. There you go. Confidence, y'all. All right. Let's raid Jess. Again, she's playing Persona X, which I have seen tons of things on, but I'm curious what the content actually looks like. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for being here, even though I didn't actually finish my art at all. But may finish on stream, may finish it off, who knows. But yeah, I should stream some Coral Island sometime. Originally, I didn't 2 years ago when I got it because you weren't supposed to. But I'm assuming it's outside of that now and you can. So take care, have good sleeps. You too. You too. Good night, everyone. I'll see y'all soon. Probably tomorrow. Maddie and I might do a stream tomorrow. So we'll play some co-op kind of content. All right, y'all. Good night, good night, good night. I'll see you all soon.